Alright guys, we're on the next step guys. So frame in, all-wheel drive subframe. We're going to test fitment. So you guys can see that's where the rear mount is. I don't know if that's going to clear. We might have to hammer that corner in a little bit. I'm not sure. We won't really know until we start getting the transmission in here. So, and you can see, look at that. This is already in the way of where that transfer case is going to be. I know there's definitely space for an exhaust, but we might have to do some serious modifications down here to be able to do something for all motor, like a header. But right, well, we got the subframe in, and I want to put the transmission in right now, but I'm not sure if I'm going to. I still don't have the fuel tank down, so I can't even mock up the drive shaft. But kind of wanted to see the car a little more complete. I might drag the all-wheel drive transmission up in here and place it in, use the mounts, mock it up, so you guys can see how that looks. I don't even, like I said, I don't even know if it's gonna fit 100%. This area kind of looks really tight, so I mean, I guess I can try it, see what happens, and then get back to you guys, and at least we can figure out a few details up here in the front if you have to kind of hammer that in or not. So yeah, I guess we'll get the transmission up here and figure that step out next. Alright, so I'll be right back. Alright guys, I got the transmission in the car. So just like I was talking about before, you have to notch right in here. You see I marked it with a marker. So the transmission won't actually sit all the way down unless you notch that part of the chassis in. Other than that, the front mount is in. Transmission mount is in. Obviously the motor is going to work, and that's the space you have to do, to work with. So the drive shaft will go right through there, and as you can see, there's almost no space for headers. So that's going to be the challenging part. All right, got the transmission back up. I notched the firewall. So let's see if you guys can see that. It's kind of hard to see, but there's space now between the motor mount and the rear firewall. So the transmission is sitting where it's supposed to sit. Now at this point, I could drop the fuel tank and cut the tunnel for the drive shaft. So if you can see, we're gonna make space all the way to the back for the drive shaft. We're getting there. We are getting there. Alright, I got some light so you guys can see it this time. So as you can see, that's the part of the chassis you gotta bang in a little bit. So let's see. It's kind of hard to put the camera back here. You can see it doesn't touch now. The only thing it's rubbing against is, I think one of these is a fuel line. So I gotta just bend the line back just a little bit so it doesn't rub against the mount. But other than that, looks like we're set. Alright, like I said, we're going to start dropping the fuel tank now. And once the fuel tank is out of the way, we can start cutting the tunnel and get the drive shaft mocked up in there and get the drive shaft mount created. And then from there we can make the rear diff mount and all that kind of stuff. And once the rear diff mount is done, that's it. The car is all-wheel drive swapped. It's literally that simple, guys. I mean, like I said, as we keep moving on and keep building things, I'm still going to show the rest of the process, but like, this is everything you basically need to know how to all-wheel drive swap your RSX. Like, we've been through it in all the videos already. The hardest part is probably the rear spindles, and I'm going to show you guys the rear diff mount also, so you guys can see how I did it. So maybe you guys can grab ideas off me if you guys are interested in doing the all-wheel drive swap as well. And that's how much space I'm going to have for a header. Like, it's definitely doable. It's not that bad. I'm going to take the exhaust shielding out. I bent it anyways just now. I'm going to take that off, and that'll help create a little bit of more space. I'm going to have to get a custom header made for sure. And I can also do what I did on this side. I can actually bang this side in enough that it will just create a little bit more space. So it might be able to use a normal header, but just redesigned to sit more towards this side of the car. We'll see. Like, when the time comes, we'll go over that a little bit more. I made an Instagram poll about painting the transmission either black and silver. Silver won it, so we're gonna eventually paint this silver. When I open up the transmission, I have the two cases apart. That's when I'm gonna paint it. So we are painting this silver, guys. All right. So I'm pretty hyped about that. It's gonna look nice and clean. Don't worry, it's not gonna stay ugly like this. Everything's gonna be fresh. Hold up 1 second so you guys can see. The engine bay is definitely looking a lot nicer and cleaner now. There's only so much I can do on this side because I'm keeping the fuse box there. So, and then I also have my fuel setup running on this side. So it's hard to make that side look any more clean. I think it'll look better once the motor's in there. But this side is pretty freaking clean. Pretty excited about that. And I did paint the lower part of the chassis. So like from the factory, this part doesn't come painted. But I painted it, just regular black paint. And painted that side as well. So it looks a lot better now. Alright, fuel tank is removed. Got all this available space here. Alright, so just getting rid of all the fuel tank related stuff, like everything that's here. So most of it is out already. It's not too bad. So fuel tank is done. Now it's time to cut the tunnel. That's what we're up to, guys. Freaking hyped. It's gonna be nice. Ready? Alright, the tunnel is almost cut. These are one of the plates that you have to cut out from underneath. I think there's two. I think there's one more towards the front. I'm not sure. Or is it one here maybe? I don't remember where it's at. But I think there's one more we have to cut for the drive shaft to be able to pass through. But there you go. It's not too bad, guys. Guys, when you do this, it's very important. So as you can see, like, we're cutting, like, the rail is right here. See that? You have to make sure you weld all these seams back together when you make your tunnel. Okay, guys? I mean, you can seriously damage the integrity of the car. There's no point of doing this if your car is flexing like crazy. You know, you want the chassis to be stiff. So a lot of people, they'll just cover this hole up and that's it. I mean, these things are there for a reason, guys. Like, you have to, like, bring that, strengthen the chassis back up some way, somehow. And I think the easiest way will be making sure you re-weld the seams. And if you can possibly, in this area, weld up a heavy plate. So you can also maybe, like, attach a bar to the, like, a bar across. There's options. I haven't went over the whole thing yet. I'm not sure. But what I'm thinking about doing is basically I'm going to put a plate here on both sides, maybe in the tunnel, and then a bar going across. Sorry, a bar going across the plate, and then another plate on this side with a bar going across, welded down, and then basically make this part of the tunnel just thicker metal here, like on the top, thick plate all welded together, and then a bar going across to just strengthen this area back up. That's only my main concerns. I mean, like I said, those things are there for a reason. If you get in an accident, I mean, you don't want to be in a car that's going to crumble up, you know what I'm saying? So I'd say take the time when you cut this tunnel, and before you, like, while you're building your new tunnel, think about reinforcing and strengthening up this area. Okay, guys, it's very important. Like I said, gas tank is out. The tunnel is about 50% done, 60% done. We'll get there little by little. I'm pretty much done for today. I'm tired. Hope you guys are excited as I am seeing this tunnel get cut out. Like I said, next time I have a chance to work on the car, I'll finish cutting out the whole tunnel and start mocking up the drive shaft and get the drive shaft bolting points figured out, because I'm going to do that first before I start working on the rear diff mount. That's going to be absolutely the last thing I do. And then, well, not the last thing I do, it's going to be second to last thing. I'm going to make the tunnel first. Once the tunnel is made and fabricated and reinforced, then we'll move on to the rear diff bracket and all that kind of stuff. But this is it, guys. Tunnel is basically cut open. It's getting there, guys. Alright, well, that's it for this video. Putting things away. My fuel cell, I'm mounting it in the back right here. This is the stock fuel tank. As you can see, there's a lot of things that you're losing, so it's kind of nice. There's going to be a little bit of a weight reduction also, so you're losing the weight of the stock fuel tank. The fuel cell is much lighter, so that's pretty nice. So the video actually cut off in the last clip. I ran out of memory space. Well, that's it for this video, guys. I'm not going to drag it along. I hope you guys are excited as I am seeing the tunnel cut. There's a lot more I got to do. You gotta, like I said, I'm gonna take that exhaust shielding out to just make a little bit more space. There's a few things here and there, but on the next episode, you will see the tunnel get fully cut, everything ready for dry shaft. I'm gonna mock up that dry shaft and just give it its home and put those bolts in. All right, guys. All right, see you next time. Hope you guys are excited, man. Peace.